Together we stand, a family so strong, in unity of self-maze where we all belong, with love in our hearts.
Good morning to Unity of Sun Lakes. Isn't it a wonderful day to be here today? Our last day in March. Time is moving quickly, isn't it? I wanted to extend a very special welcome today to Reverend Jeanne, who is back with us. I have to just say that we've had two amazing services the last 2 weeks. Cerise was phenomenal, and Armand and Angelina are always fun.
Oh, yeah.
But it is so good to have you back with us, and I think we all agree. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Our flowers today are from Diane Krugel. Thank you, Diane. We've got roses today, so that is awesome. And I'd like to extend a special welcome to our friends from online who are probably watching us there that way this morning, and ask if there's anyone here for the first time today. Oh, who? You, Barbara? I think that's a little bit of a surprise.
Barb can hide her own Easter eggs this year.
All right, well, we'll say this to each other. We welcome you, we bless you, and we welcome you. So we're fortunate to have Reverend Jeanne this morning to sing.
I called my friends to join me today. We have a song that every one of you knows, so we're going to have basically a choir singing this morning. So nice to see all of you here today. Oh, let's do this. I see new faces.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Dance if you want to.
This little light of mine.
see your good works. And what does that do? It gives glory to God. So let's shine and flame this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. One more time. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This big light. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. 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 Job.
I invite you all to close your eyes and still your mind. Beloved Spirit, open our hearts that we might feel a strong presence of the divine within and around us. We are grateful for this morning's opportunity to connect and learn. Holy Spirit, we invite you to move among us. Touch our hearts, renew our minds, draw us closer to our likeness of your thoughts and actions. What we are feeling right now, right this moment, we can feel all week long. We need only a reminder that your presence is within us, is there every minute of every day, and it desires to be expressed in both our actions and our words. And so it is.
And so it is.
I love that. Life can throw us curveballs, right? All right, I will forgive. My soft heart expresses love as I forgive. Holding on to hurt caused by someone's words or actions is harmful to mental, physical, and emotional health. If I stew over these negative feelings, it's likely I will feel worse. It is when I'm willing to let go of these troubling emotions that the healing begins. Forgiveness is healing. Realizing the slight may have been unintentional, or the one who hurt me may be unaware of the pain, I feel compassion. And I let go by repeating the words, I forgive you, silently to myself, which helps me speak these words aloud when I am able. If I have caused unintentional harm, I ask for forgiveness. Through divine love, I forgive and am forgiven. As I express this love, I mend feelings and open the way to peace and harmony. And the verse today is, do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven.
And let's now prepare for meditation.
Enough love.
As we gather in this very room this morning, I invite you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose and a big exhale through your mouth. And as you do, allow yourself to become connected with your breath, with your heart, with each other in this very room. Focus on your breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. With each inhale, invite peace into your body. With each exhale, release any tension or negativity. Imagine a warm golden light at the center of your chest. This light represents love, unconditional, boundless, and healing. With each breath, let it grow, filling your entire being with warmth and compassion. Bring to mind a situation, a person, or even yourself whom you want to forgive. Allow any emotions to surface without resistance or judgment. Simply observe them, like waves rising and falling in the ocean. Visualize the person or yourself who you are choosing to forgive standing before you. Imagine them as a child, vulnerable and imperfect, shaped by their own experiences and struggles. See them through the lens of compassion rather than anger or hurt. Silently say to yourself, I choose to forgive. I release this pain with love. I set myself free. And as you say these words, picture the golden light in your heart expanding outward, dissolving any barriers of resentment and filling that space with peace and love. Now shift your focus to yourself and say in your mind and in your heart, I am worthy of love. I choose peace. I am free. Let this affirmation settle deep within you, anchoring you in a sense of wholeness and self-acceptance. Take in a few more deep breaths, taking in any or all of these words if they resonate with you. And bring your awareness back to the present moment. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Carry this love and forgiveness with you, allowing it to guide your interactions and bring peace into your heart. Forgiveness and love are practices, not just one-time events. Return to this meditation whenever you need to heal and reconnect with your inner peace. And so it is.
So, what time is it?
Now.
Isn't that cool? This month has felt like a year. How many of you agree with me? I know in Unity we're supposed to be positive, but it has felt like a year this month. And it seems like ages ago since we talked about the theme for the month of March. which was, anybody remember way back then? That's a long time ago. Joy and happiness. The pursuit of happiness, cultivating joy. Diving deep into what it truly means to live joyfully, cultivating not just moments of happiness, but a sustained inner contentment and fulfillment. So we're going to explore what it means to live authentically in the presence right now, and how aligning with our true self leads to a more joyful life. Psalm 118 verse 24, how many knows what that is? Just curious. It's okay if you don't. Maybe?
I know, but I don't want to.
Oh, sure. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. That's a unity change there. Instead of lettuce, tomatoes, and onions, we say we will rejoice and be glad in it. Let's align with this beautiful thought, too, that was written in Sanskrit some 3,200 years ago. Look to this day, for it is life. The very life of life. In its brief course, live all the verities and realities of your existence. The bliss of growth, the glory of action, and the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow only a vision. But today, well lived, makes yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation of the dawn. 3,200 years ago. Charles Fillmore wrote in Talks on Truth, God is, we are. Let us live in His world. Now, that's God's world. Not a world to be tomorrow, next month, next year, or next century, but here and now. God's beautiful universe is all about us, only awaiting our acknowledgement of its presence. So let us know God and live. Live with love and joy, health and peace, here evermore. So, as I said, today we explore what it means to live authentically and how aligning with one's true self leads to a more joyful life. So we're going to look at the idea of being present and available for the present, which each of these passages invited us to do. Being aware in the here and now. Being fully and consciously connected to the one ultimate reality, the divine, which only knows the present, the now. Easier said than done. Can any of you relate to an experience like this? Several years ago, a Michigan woman and her family were vacationing in a small New England town where Paul Newman and his family often visited. One Sunday morning, the woman got up early to take a long walk. After a brisk 5-mile hike, she decided to treat herself to a double-dip chocolate ice cream cone. I do that too. She hopped in the car drove to the center of the village, and went straight to the combination bakery ice cream parlor. There was only one other patron in the store. Guess who it was? Paul Newman. Sitting at the counter having a donut and coffee. The woman's heart skipped a beat as her eyes made contact with those famous baby blue eyes. The actor nodded graciously at the star-struck woman as she smiled demurely back at him. "Pull yourself together," she chides herself. "You're a happily married woman with 3 children. You're 45 years old. You're not a teenager." The clerk filled her order, and she took the double-dip chocolate ice cream cone in one hand and her change in the other. And then she went out the door, avoiding even a glance in Newman's direction. When she reached her car, she realized that she had a handful of change, but in her other hand, it was empty. "Where's my ice cream cone? Did I leave it in the store?" Back into the shop she went, expecting to see the cone still in the clerk's hand or in the holder on the counter or something. No ice cream was in sight. With that, she happened to look over at Paul Newman. His face broke into that familiar, warm, friendly grin. And he said to the woman, "You put it in your purse." That can happen when we're not present.
No.
How often do we miss the power of the present because we are not focused on it? I see us adapting one of 3 states of mind that rob the presence of its power. As I say them, I want you to take a look inside and see if you are doing these things, perhaps on a regular basis or once in a while. Living with regret of the past. Being dissatisfied with our present. Or looking toward the future. So let's explore each one. Let's first look at the past. First, spending mental time, lots of time, in yesterday, in the past. Regretting it, beating ourselves up over it, or others up over it, reliving it over and over and over. Revising it with woulda, coulda, or shoulda. It's important to review the past again and again. Wisdom can be gained from it. But we don't want to live there. What do we say? We don't want to build a condo there. It's important to view the past for what it can teach us. And then we move forward, incorporating that wisdom. And because I don't want us to live in the past, that's all I'm going to say about the past. Number 2, dissatisfaction. A second state of mind that robs us of the present is our dissatisfaction with the present. We spend time thinking about what we don't have rather than being grateful for what we do. And we spend time looking at what is wrong rather than seeing the magnificent good that is everywhere present. Eric Butterworth, a prolific Unity writer, was once flying from the West, and the flight to which he was transferred into was Chicago, where all of the flights were canceled. Hundreds of people milled about the airport in anger and total confusion. He was even somewhat frustrated because he really needed to get to Chicago. Sorry, I said that wrong. He's about to fly into Chicago. In his frustration, he remembered a statement of Edwin Markham that had often helped him. When you are the hammer, strike. When you are the anvil, bear. In other words, if there is something that you can do, do it with all of your being. But if there is nothing you can do, relax and just let it happen. So realizing that for the moment there was absolutely nothing that he could do, he sat quietly in this turbulent room. He became aware of another man who stood out because he was the only other person in the room who was not arguing or squabbling with the airline people. Butterworth went over and sat by him, striking up a conversation and asking him how he could be so serene and calm. He said, "Oh, I haven't always been this way. But you see, I spent a year in a sanitarium and I had much time to think things out. It was a great growth experience during which I made a covenant with the flow of life within me. And I learned that the goal in life is to let God express at all times, regardless of the circumstances. And I have resolved never to let things that happen around me or to me overshadow the dynamic presence of God within me." I found that outer things always come to pass, but the inner power goes on forever. And so the two of them sat having a calm and peaceful conversation. The interesting thing is that an announcement from the airline said that they had decided to do the fair thing. They had 3 flights of people to get on to only one plane. So only 1/3 of the people could be taken. And they were going to draw lots fairly and take the passengers impartially as selected. After all the pressuring and demanding and even threatening of most of the passengers, Butterworth's quiet friend was the first person to be called. Guess who the second person was? Butterworth. It was a great lesson in letting go and letting God. A third state of mind where I think we often live is in the future. Worrying, fretting, and being fearful about what might come. Or planning, scheduling, figuring things out, waiting for it to happen. It is, of course, vitally important that we have a vision for our future and set intentions and goals. But then we release that and live in the present. Not in the wished for, but not yet here future. Eckhart Tolle, in Practicing the Power of Now, suggests we have become a people of habitual waiting. Habitual waiters. And he didn't mean waiters at a restaurant. How much of your life do you spend waiting? What he calls small-scale waiting is waiting in line at the post office, in a traffic jam, at the airport, or watching for someone to arrive, to finish work, and so on. Large-scale waiting is waiting for the next vacation, for a better job, for the children to grow up, for a truly meaningful relationship, for success, to make money, to be important, to become enlightened. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole life waiting to start living. Tolle writes, waiting is a state of mind. Basically, it means that you want the future. You don't want the present. You don't want what you've got. You want what you haven't got. With every kind of waiting, you unconsciously create inner conflict between your here and now, where you don't want to be, and the projected future, where you want to be. This greatly reduces the quality of life by making you lose the present, because nothing happens unless you're in the present. And we all know as Unity students, wherever your vibe is, you're going to get more of it, right? Just keep getting more of the same. So he strongly suggests giving up waiting as a state of mind. And when you catch yourself slipping into waiting, snap out of it. Come into the present moment and just be and enjoy being. If you are present, there is never any need for you to wait for anything. So next time somebody says, sorry, I've kept you waiting, you can reply, that's all right. I wasn't waiting. I was just standing here enjoying life. In joy, in self. The emphasis on tomorrow as the time when our dreams come true is also a barrier to be overcome in our prayer life. So many times we do not achieve what we're working toward because we think of it out in the future. So if I pray now, then in some future time, then maybe, oh, I hope, oh, please, God, there will be that demonstration, waiting and hoping. But remember what Jesus told us, pray believing you have already received. Eric Butterworth once said, the only demonstration there is, ever was, or ever will be, is in and of divine law. And the only time it knows is now. So do not pray to heal tomorrow. Pray for the consciousness of wholeness now. Do not pray that tomorrow or the next day you'll find a job. Affirm that you are in your right place now. Do not pray that, don't pray to become what you want to be. Know that you are it now. A perfect child of God. Do not pray for greater abundance. Feel yourself outrageously blessed and abundant right now. Recall Jesus' words. You say it is 6 months until the harvest. But I say unto you, lift up your eyes, for the fields are now white unto harvest. Remember, and this is so important, remember that prayer is not getting God to do something for you in the future. Rather, it is a process of our getting into the consciousness of the kingdom within, where it is already done. We must cease thinking of what we desire in relation to time or space, or environment, or in the relative sense. We must begin to think of them as already in existence in the absolute sense. You with me? Do you want me to repeat that? It's a spiritual concept. We must cease thinking of what we desire in relation to time or space or environment. That's the third dimension world. That requires time and space. That's the relative sense. And we must begin to think of them as already in existence in the absolute sense. That's the God dimension, the spiritual dimension. In God, there is neither beginning or end. There is only now. And in the now is it's all already here. It's already provided. The power of now is experiencing the presence of God. So think about consciousness. Hello? Think about how complex consciousness is. Think about how many neurons and atoms are needed to develop human consciousness. If we had equipment that could measure consciousness, imagine how sophisticated it would be. Imagine how elevated your life would be if you really took advantage of the connection of spirit in the present moment and allowed spirit to intervene in your life in a clear and intelligible manner. In a way that is not only abstract and far-reaching, but complete. We would go on to use the greatest weapon that human beings possess, consciousness. And we would have the greatest tool for expansion, the connection to the kingdom of heaven, that open channel. The energetic opening to heaven that would allow you to choose, experience things, give meaning to what you experience, and then move forward. In his desire to control, this is Eckhart Tolle, in his desire to control, man continuously attempts to dominate his consciousness, training it to become more and more connected to matter rather than detaching himself from it and allowing himself to connect to heaven. The divine can help, but only if your mind and soul is open to receive. There is no way around a closed heart. Your choice involves opening up your heart so that spirit can enter and carry out its plan. Spirit appears when your consciousness connects with the present moment. The I am presence. But to enter the divine needs an invitation. It needs to be chosen. It requires an open heart. Open your heart, dear ones. And let the light shine in. And now, my friends, now is the time to spring into this awareness, fully awake, fully aware, and fully present to the glory, the wonder, and the goodness of this moment. So let's say our affirmation together. I am an open vessel. I open my heart and let the light of Spirit in. Sorry, Spirit in. Mine says, and shine on.
God bless you. Now we'll have another song.
For those of you who are not aware, this is my sister Amy.
Little sister.
Little sister. I think you guys know this song too.
Bigger sister.
Please sing along to the lovely man, George Harrison.
Give me peace on earth, give me light, keep me free from birth, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. This heavy load, trying to touch and reach you with heart and soul. Give me love, give me love, give me peace on earth, give me light, keep me free from burden now, give me hope, help me cope with this heavy load, trying to touch and reach. Now it's time for our giving, where we put our, what was that word today? Verities. Verities means our beliefs. Everything that we think that is possible, we put into our intention when we give. When we give to the place that feeds us spiritually, that's what we're doing. We're putting our substance into the universe, into circulation. So now let's bless our giving together. Divine love, richly flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful for the blessings of this day. I am grateful for the blessings on the way. And now we'll sing together, I Am So Blessed, by Karen Drucker. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, so grateful, I am so blessed, I am so grateful, I am so blessed. We bless the givers and the receivers of these gifts, and we know that all of us will be blessed 10 times or more, both the givers and the receivers. And now for our silent unity. Believe me, I've prayed this, I've called silent unity many times this past couple of weeks because, as many of you know, our father is just received a diagnosis of stage 4, and so he's been healthy and happy. He's been a wild man his whole life, and now he's not well, and that's okay. You know, I've been doing a lot of reading about the final stages of life, and we in the West don't really care too much for death. Don't really respect it or honor it. And so I've been really trying to educate myself on how to respect where he's at, how to usher him, how to help him positively with his transition, and myself. So it's not a sad time. He's had an incredible life, and so we look, in the present moment, we look to be grateful for his life and the life he's given us. And so do not fear that we are, we are fully capable in our tool belt, and I also allow myself to grieve. So I thank all of you for your prayers that have been holding us. They definitely have been supportive. All right. Our announcements. Mom and Dad watch all of these recordings as well, which is amazing. We also have some birthdays, and I had a special request to have a birthday for slide for Artie. So happy birthday, Artie! We also happen to know that it is Sandy's birthday. Sandy's birthday. Happy birthday, Sandy! So happy you shared your day with us today. And then we have, Judy, did you want to talk about it?
Yeah, I just want to share just a little extra information. So we're helping the Down Syndrome Network in their spring picnic on the 19th. If you want to carpool, be here at the church at 8:15, please. Otherwise, you can meet up at SB Park, which is up by Knox in Arizona. There will be some sitting jobs. There'll be some jobs where you can sit and stand, so everybody should be able to participate, or everybody who wants to and can. We're going to be preparing picnic foods. We're going to be passing out food. We're going to be putting out some Easter eggs and helping to decorate. And for those who are not totally exhausted after the event, stick around for a few minutes and help clean up.
Thank you, Judy. The person that makes all these beautiful slides, that's Lori MacLaughlin. That's her heart and soul, the DSN network. So we're happy to support that.
And then Sunday the 13th of April, we have a board meeting. I'm not exactly sure. It's going to be at Mark's house. And all of you are welcome to come. And also remember, when we have board meetings, we're open for your suggestions of how to run this church, or if you got ideas of where you want us to send our tithes, because we tithe every month. So don't forget that. We honor you as our members. And then, of course, we have our Reiki Share group every week, and Betty Gardner's here today, Betty Gardner Tuzolino. And so you can reach out to plug in there, or the prayer team with Reverend Julia Norton. And then the metaphysical group with Sheila Taylor. Sheila's in the back there. And then I missed some Wednesdays. Do we have a drum circle?
Not until the middle of the month. We don't have any the first week. There's nothing going on. Second and fourth week, Sheila's going to do her metaphysical class from 1 to 4.
1 to 4?
And then I'll have the drum circle in the middle.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any other announcements, anybody? Kate.
SLCT spring production is a showcase of 3 one-act plays. Mark is in one of them. I'm directing the first one, and the tickets go on sale Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. There are some little flyers over there on the table, but you can just go to slctinfo.com, and that's where you can get your tickets.
What's the date?
The dates of the performances are April 29th to May 5th.
Julia?
Just a quick announcement. Thank you, everyone that has brought a guest, for these new people. Look at our community. I'm just loving it.
In case you didn't hear that, Julia said, thank you for bringing a friend. We are growing, folks, and it is so wonderful. So wonderful to see this room filling up. So, all right, anything else? Then let's all stand and we'll sing our peace song, and we'll finish with the prayer for protection. Oh, wait a minute. I wanted to say thank you. Come on up, Bruce. Thank you, Maria, for doing the platform. Diane, for these incredible flowers. That was beautiful. Don and Elise, that was such a treat to have husband and wife do our prayer, and our meditation was beautiful. And then, of course, I want to thank Amy and Mark for supporting me today with music, and of course, you too, Bruce. So, all right. And of course, Darren. Thank you so much. Couldn't have done it without you. Here you go. Ready? Let's go.
On earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With
'cause you are, and I am the I am. And so it is. Amen. Have a beautiful week. Next week is Cerise Patron is doing the music, and Michelle Whittington is giving a talk. So don't miss it. Have a beautiful week.
As our guide, we reach for the skies with voices unite.